Lando Norris now got the opportunity as he's going down the inside of the curb with George Russell.
Welcome along, everybody, to a venue that was built for speed. Once an airfield, now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Here we are back at the Silverstone Grand Prix, but with first, let's see how we be able to do, and we are driving with George Russell.
Radio check.
It's supposed to be a beautiful day, which is fantastic. In real life, we got horrendous weather, but right now we are having a splendid day. So we'd like to do a bit of adjustment on the setup. But of course, as always, I'll see you in 2-1. We're about to top the line, and it's going to be fourth. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Right for 2-1 exit. If I had John, listen for sure. Tim Chapman, Liam Norton, Dan Maloney, and Toro Shire. You really need to turn it around. Honestly, Toro Shire, come on, man, come on. We are about to get ready to start our final run in 2-2 with a brand new tyre. Let's see what we can do. We're about to top the line. Are we safe or not? We had a good time. No, got into it. Got into it. That's good. At least we are third. That's all that matters. And the 2-2 exit is Pepper Martin, Franco Torapito, Anna Dalbon, Paul Allen, and Gabriel Bortonetto, and Taylor Bernard. Lister might just have the good time, but what is it gonna be? We topped the line, only P7. We're not gonna take pole. We're not gonna take pole, unfortunately. P3 and lead. P6. Oh my god. I thought we were gonna take at least P4, P3. So P8 is on the pole position, lined up next to his teammate Lando Norris in second, Gasly in third, and Russell is starting in 6th place, 3 tenths behind. Yeah, but if I had another 10th, we would have got where Gasly is. Unfortunately, we didn't. So let's find out what the Silverstone Grand Prix got in store for us.
Welcome, everyone, as you join us at a former Second World War aircraft base, now converted into one of the great motor racing tracks. Britain is one of only 2 countries to have held a Grand Prix in every year of the Formula One World Championship, and long may that continue. This is Silverstone, and this is the British Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Gasly, Leclerc, Yuki Tsunoda, and Russell, Behrman, Ocon, Crawford and Jack Doohan, Barnard, Bortoletto, Paul Aaron and Albon, Pepe Marti, Sainz, Zane Maloney and Liam Lawson, Hadja, Colapinto, Tramnitz and Richard Verschaw rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Now we're getting ready to track on to the British Grand Prix. We try not to repeat the same issue we had back in Austria, where we messed up tyre size strategy. But when I say safe, the research to that, we got the higher final win, which is might be the solution, especially when you take the tyre through sector 1 and sector 3. For the technical, you want to try and to get it right. That is what we're going to go for, but everything should be fine. That we're going to do up a little bit. Oh, we're about to start lining up to the back tyre. Seems good. The front tyre, need to try to get that warmed up. But we might have to do with it. But of course, the target is beat Lando Norris. That's the goal. Beat Lando Norris at that my championship rival.
Okay,
well, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
We now waiting for the 5 red light of reverse Silverstone Grand Prix. Now light down and away we go with up the Piastri leading up the pole, and he got a fantastic start. Lando Norris second place, Gasly third. UG Tanona has bolted up into 4th, with Charles Leclerc dropping back into 5th. Russell in 6th, Ocon in 7th, and then Behrman got the battle going on with Jack Crawford. But Behrman stayed in P8 with Crawford in 9th and Jack Doohan in P10. And the British Grand Prix is officially underway with Bortoletto, who is chasing out for Taylor Bernard. Of course, we know that Bortoletto would like to get himself up, because Bortoletto has got some thing that he wants to be able to prove to everybody as we're going down the standard. Carlos side as the driver that like to be able to prove a point. Carlos side, who's been very unlucky in the previous races and pretty much the majority of the season so far, apart from the first 2 races, Shire has scheduled all the way through, and that is the very concerning. And of course the team has messed up the strategy of Carlos, so the hopefully this time around Shire will find a way to improve his result, and we now go back into top 5, which is Gasly in 3rd place, chasing after both McLaren and Piastri, as unfortunately already started running away, and that is not good, especially when George Russell would like to beat Lando Norris and then tax Piastri to get the win to reduce the gap in the championship. But here's a replay of how Charles Leclerc lost his plate very, very quickly. He used it to know that he went on the outside of Tour, had bit the advantage along with shop tyre, and he has to go William, who actually made a fantastic start to play it up, but at that point the tag yellow came back in and try and see if they can get a move onto the Williams, but they're going side by side for now. And of course, after going toward to the old Hannah's lane, that's where William managed to break away from the tag yellow and chasing down, I believe it's Audi ahead, or to be the hat, not quite sure, but to understand it. You can see had Jordan 17 and Peter in P21, but that would be either had Jordan, that means car ahead with Taurus side, but we now get on to Charles Leclerc, who is still chasing down Muti Tanona, with Russell behind, also one try to catch Charles Leclerc and Esteban Ocon is in P7. He's not doing too bad. I mean, it's good to see Aston Martin actually got something going for them and we're on board with Lisa for sure, who is now watching, and we've got a mistake going on, and that was Dan Maloney, who has spun out of the corner, and that is very unfortunate. He got going, and that did not bring out anything because he still got going, but he's going to lose a lot of time. That is very unfortunate. So here's a replay how Dan Maloney managed to make the mistake. He accelerated too quickly out of the corner and just spun around, and that is very unfortunate, and that of course gave Torapito and this is for sure a place to go up. And now on board with Octa Piastri, who now enter into lap 8. He's not doing too bad. He's still maintaining the gap. The Lando Norris, so therefore Piastri is starting cutting down, shipping away in the championship toward the Lando Norris, but Russell is nowhere close to Lando Norris, and Russell is of course stuck behind Yuki Tsunoda and Charles Leclerc. And that point, Yuki Tsunoda actually lost time to Gasly, so basically the battle for third, second or third is pretty much not on the table for sure. Russell at the moment, it's not over, it's still a long way to go, but Russell needs to get past Charles and Yuki Tsunoda, and we have to go a fight now with Carlos Sainz sent down the outside and got the move on Pepe Martin, and that is a fantastic move from Carlos Sainz. But speaking about his teammate real quick, short Russell just needs to keep mandatory try to make sure he's so close to the gap between Yuki Tsunoda will very soon starting feeling really bad, because his tyre at this point is going to be fairly worn, and that is going to be a bit help, but Russell will be able to get the advantage any given moment, and that means he will be able to pounce on Charles Leclerc, as Yuki Tsunoda might slow down Charles Leclerc. We don't know what's going to happen, so Yuki Tsunoda is not doing too bad, and in fact Yuki Tsunoda had opted to come in into lap 9, to lap 8, going to lap 9. Yuki Tsunoda is going to put a new tyre on, and wonder what strategy he's going to pick. Hopefully he'll pick the right one. We'll find out if Yuki Tsunoda is doing pretty well so far, but that is now given Russell an opportunity to get Charles Leclerc, but can he catch him or not? And there's a bit of a drama, don't understand it. Has anyone came in or not? No! There's a mistake at the same spot that happened with Dan Maloney. Oh no,
Okay,
Yuki
ready to go racing again. The safety car.
Look, flat. Yuki Tsunoda got flipped over for that one. Yuki Tsunoda had got mashed over. But what happened? What happened? Here's a replay of Jack Doohan, who had made a mistake, and that is how he done it. Comes out the corner over a shallow like Jack, like Dan Maloney, and he actually stayed on where Dan Maloney goes off. He actually stayed on and caught it the bunch up, which means 4 tires. I believe his 4 tires just been ghosted. It's gonna be at least about 60% of wear at the end, but because we are pushing hard, but we're starting on lap 11, so we'll have 16 laps to go. If we start on soft tire, we have to come in like at least 5 laps later. We basically need to come in like lap 16, put hard tire on and go to the end. But that's too much. Let's do hard tire. I guarantee, well, I am thinking it's 50-50, the safety car will come out again. So let's start, to be safe, we'll start on a hard tire. Yeah, hard tyre. That's what we're gonna do. Hard tyre. That is starting to. Alright, let's get going then. I wonder what happened.
Underway in just a moment.
Now, the light is getting ready for the restart at this 5 days light, and it's now underway, and everything is restart up the Piatnik that is still keep the lead. Lando Norris take it from up the Piatnik. Short loss was sent down inside, short loss of farther space, and he sent it low and overtook up the Piatnik, and that had paid off for loss of pretty much everybody on the hard tire, and I believe the couple isn't on a hard tire. I'm not quite sure. I need to find out. And Bearman and P6 was Ocon and P7 D1 and P8 D1. Even though he made a mistake, still managed to stay inside top 10. And top 4 and P9 Toro side moved up into P10. And get who? Well, get where UT Sonona is. P19, remember, he got mastered over by this whole red flag calamity, and that it's very, very unfortunate for UT Sonona. But he started on soft tire, which means he will be coming in, and I'm surprised that he started on soft tire for the restart with everyone. I think UT is the only driver that started on soft tire. It's a bit gamble for the Red Bull, and it may not pay off, but everybody it really needs to go on a hard tire and all the way to the end. But here's a replay of how Russell had managed to get himself into such and had a fantastic start over two tires, then sent it down the inside of Piastri as they're heading toward the turn. Like absolutely fantastic work from short Russell, and then another replay of the Alpine who's been overtook by 2 tires. The Alpine lot 2 play, while not sure day 2 play. That's pretty good. I think that's basically given even 5 of the star basically. But not sure absolute fantastic start is what we need to see, because the championship at this point right now, Lando will lead the gap obviously, but if Russell managed to overtake Lando, the gap will reduce just about 4 points, and that is fantastic. But can he be able to do it? Let's find out. We've got Piatnik behind, and hang on, Jordan Russell standing down the inside. He does it. Jordan Russell has gone through and overtook Lando Norris, who found the gap, and he made it more. Absolutely magnificent overtake from Jordan Russell. Lando Norris is trying to come back to him, but he does not. By the space at short Russell kind of closed the door onto Lando Norris, but that is a fantastic work. As we now go into lap 14, George Russell still doing a fantastic work, holding his place, which is something we needed, but we had to take it at a little salt, because Lando Norris, while he's in the fastest car, assuming that he can still be able to beat George, but if George knows how to defend, that would absolutely be fine for him to deal with it. And Carlos is now going for the move on the outside of Jack Torford of tactically inside limit, and he gets it through. Carlos moved up into P9. He pulled the same move as he did to Pepe Martin, so he knows that move will work. And funny enough, whenever you start an overtake on the inside, basically, the car on the outside is likely to back out, and that was a smart play from Carlos side. Let's be real. And lap 16, UT Sonona up to come in again, and he has no choice. That soft tyre is not going to the end. Absolutely not. That is not happening. And we're now on board with Lando Norris, who is now got the TYRES, and he seems to be making a move on short. Russell going side by side, going through the backward matches and better, but short Russell still maintain ahead of Lando Norris, and that is what we like to see. We don't need to see a clash of the Britain driver, because it pretty much down to Lando. I'm sure also dirty air is very powerful around here, and that's why you may not see PS get involved at any point, I think. But we're now on board with Paul Aldon, who is now making the move on Taylor Bernard. A lot of time we can see Lando and Short also still having an old battle, and now we're on board with them. So fantastic move from Paul Aldon. Let's give that to him. But now lap 20, Alex Albon is now going ahead and making a move on Taylor Bernard. Exactly the same way as everybody's been doing, as they found out that is the best way of doing it. But they're doing side by side longer, but Albon managed to place though. But only P14 Albon is a little bit slotted at the moment. But here's a replay between Yuki Tsunoda had from his return drive from just about to rush, because he had unfortunately ended up having mechanical failure. There's no smoke. It's just the engine tucked out and he died. Yuki Tsunoda is out of the Silverstone long run, but he pulled off the far left, hoping to avoid safety car, which seemed nothing had came out of that just as Bortoletto went for a move on the outside, overtook Martin. That had to be one of the best overtaking we've seen. Absolutely overspeed with the slipstream, managed to break it down on the outside. Fantastic job from Bortoletto, and once again going the third matches them better. Lando Norris try, fail, and also defending once today, and that is obviously a big deal, because now Russell all the way to Berman, top 6-5 for the potential victory. But unfortunately for Toro side, he is going side by side with Jack Crawford, but this time Sire is on the inside. Crawford has gone ahead and overtook Toro side, and Sire not back into P10, but far forward a little bit more later. Yet Bortoletto gone ahead and get the move done on Toro's side the same way he did to Pepe Martin. I'm telling you now, that is a fantastic move for Bortoletto. I don't know where he found the speed, but he done a fantastic job making it work. We need to look out for tyre wear. It's gonna get bad. 70% right now. We need to be very careful. This matters to tyre. That's all we need to do for now. Matters it. Lando Norris now got the opportunity as he's going down the inside of the curb with Short. Russell made the contact. Russell goes flying off. Lando Norris managed to keep it together and show it Russell that could have been the repeat of 2021 in the third. Blimey, what a racing we are seeing from Short, Russell and Lando Norris. That is absolutely chaotic, but let's calm down a little bit at the onboard in a replay of Bortoletto, who now making a move on the Alpine, going side by side. I mean, Bortoletto is absolutely on fire, but here's another replay of the controversy that Lando Norris done as he jumped down the inside, jumped the curb and pushed it Russell, but thankfully none of them spun out or done what the whole 2021 on repeat. At least that was not the case, but what an absolute racing between them both. It's turning, almost turning into a civil war between both Britain at the British Grand Prix. This it's the racing we like to see. 30-10, not hard racing. This is what we're here for. Lando Norris wanted them charting off for sure Russell, but if they're going to do the same thing or not, let's find out. Russell, it's hard to slot it on the final line, but what can Lando Norris do? He seems to not to opt to go for the same move once again. He knew that could have ended really badly. Maybe he backed down from it, or just didn't be able to generate enough speed to get it done. but unfortunately another band who Tyler side looked back into P12 after losing to Pepe Martin side has just fallen back the order, unfortunately. At the onboard with George Russell as we are about to head into the final lap of the Silverstone run point. Now, I don't know, it's not giving up. Pierre will have to try to find some way of getting part both of them because he knows it's going to get tense between Russell and Lando Norris. Them both want to win the Silverstone run point. Russell had never done it. Lando has, but what can Russell do? Can he finally achieve the dream, the lifelong dream of being one of the drivers to win the British Grand Prix? '79. Still '79. 80 now, 80% now. We've done a tactic really close. Puncher to happen at any given moment. We've done to take it easy. Come on, George, we got this, buddy. We got it, we got it. Yes, we got it. We win the Silverstone. Come on. Dang. Oh, fantastic ride. We win the Silverstone, baby. Oh my God. Fantastic performances from George Russell. Absolute magnificent. Get him.
Here's the checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins.
Taking victory at their home circuit as well. What a place to do it. The fans are loving it. They're lapping it up. They have been all weekend long, and they have delivered what the fans wanted to see.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One. And for our lucky three today, here's the podium waiting for them. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell.
Well done to our British heroes. George Russell just won for the third time in his career at the Silverstone Grand Prix, and I'm so proud of him. And the championship cut down to 4-point gap. Russell is on his way to try to catch Piastri, Lando Norris, sorry, at McLaren. The pretty much going to definitely win the Construction Championship, unfortunately, but I don't care. Russell is getting closer, and the history has been made for George Russell, and I'm proud of him. But now, as we are getting ready to head over to the next Grand Prix, as we are entering the hard way through the season, what is going to happen? So, don't forget watching, please like and subscribe. Make videos, do what I appreciate it, and peace out.